Today, the government of Alberta reported 960 new cases of COVID-19. There are 11,660 cases right now, 431 Albertans in the hospital, and 106 in ICUs fighting for their lives. The positivity rate is approaching the highest we have ever seen. Now, shortly before the government released these numbers, the leadership of AHS told Albertans that they'll be canceling more surgeries, closing more beds in order to cope with this flood of fourth-wave patients. Dr. Verna Yu told Albertans that the strain on the healthcare system is even worse than in the previous 3 waves due to critical staffing shortages. She said AHS's internal early warning systems are tracking moderate to high scenarios with increasing numbers of Albertans in hospitals in the coming weeks. She said, and I quote, "The health system can only absorb so much." Now, it's obvious from Dr. Yu's comments that the situation we are currently in is not stable and it is not sustainable. It's not sustainable for patients whose care is being delayed. It's not sustainable for the healthcare workers who are fighting yet another wave of COVID-19 with absolutely no help from their government. Now, AHS is also taking the extraordinary step in requiring all of its workers to be vaccinated. Our caucus supports this step as a necessary measure to protect the lives of Albertans. But in the midst of this, Albertans must ask themselves, what planet is Jason Kenney living on? How does this finance minister today shrug off the coming weeks as a little bit bumpy, only hours before the head of AHS takes this unprecedented step? Dr. Verna Yu says AHS is scrambling to open more ICU and acute care capacity, but has no idea how they will be able to staff those beds. Now, I respect that Dr. Yu is taking the actions that are available to her. She is showing leadership within her organization, but where is the Premier? Apparently, he's back from vacation. I take no issue with him taking some time off, but he apparently left no one in charge, no one accountable to the very Albertans that elected him. And now it seems that the man who once said that he was responsible for Alberta's pandemic response is simply still hiding from reality, hiding from the Albertans that he has a responsibility to serve. And his government appears set on abandoning Albertans at a time when real leadership is so desperately needed.